Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived an emperor who loved his clothes more than anything in the world. He would spend every coin he had on robes, coats, and fancy shoes, not on soldiers, not on feast, but on fashion. He had a new outfit for every hour of the day, and instead of talking about the kingdom's affairs, people would whisper, "The emperor! Oh, he's in the dressing room." One day, two swindlers came down to town. They claimed to be master weavers with a very special gift. "We weave the finest clothes in the world," they said. "So fine, in fact, that they're invisible to anybody who is foolish or dumb or unfit for their job." The emperor was thrilled and excited to hear about this. What a marvelous way to discover who's clever and who is a fool, he thought. He paid the weavers a large amount of gold and told them to start at once. Day after day, the weavers pretended to weave, but the looms stayed empty. Of course, there was nothing there at all. Curious, the emperor sent his most trusted minister to check on the clothes, but the poor man couldn't see anything. The minister was thinking, "Am I a fool? Am I unfit for my job?" So he smiled and said to the emperor, "Magnificent! Absolutely stunning work." The emperor went to see for himself, and of course, there was nothing there. The workers were claiming that the material was invisible to anybody who was a fool. So the emperor, when he went down there, he saw nothing. But not wanting to appear unfit or like a fool, he joined the chorus and said, "Exquisite! What colors, what pattern," he declared. At last, the weavers finished the clothes and dressed the emperor for a grand parade. Though he wore nothing at all, everybody praised his new outfit. The emperor strutted proudly through the city. The crowd cheered and yelled in excitement because none of them wanted to look like they were fools. A small child shouting said, "But he's not wearing anything at all." The crowd gasped for air, murmured, silence started, and then everybody started laughing. The truth echoed throughout the whole town, and the sound of the crowd sounded like thunder. The emperor blushed, realizing the child was right. The emperor was very embarrassed, but he held his head high and walked on, because the parade must go on. And so the emperor learned a very important lesson. Even the finest of threads can't cover the truth. Had the emperor been honest, and also the people of the town, that there was really nothing they could see, then they would have been speaking the truth and not pretended to be wise or to see imaginary clothes, but they lied out of fear of not being in agreement with everybody else. The end.